Jaxson Hayes, no LeBron, no AD to start the game. Jared Vanderbilt goes down at the end of the second quarter, and yet you become the third team to beat Boston in this building. Where did you guys get it from, and what did it take to get it done?
I mean, all of us guys today, us younger guys, and I mean, we all knew we didn't have the big two today, so we all just said we got to step up our game and lock in a little more and just fly around a little more and just bring that energy. And we brought the pace today, and I felt like they couldn't huddle up with the pace and our scrappiness, and we forced a lot of turnovers and just got out and ran.
16 points, 10 boards, 3 steals for you. How about just the individual effort that you brought forth? Where did that come from, and how did you were able to contribute to that degree?
I mean, I'm just really trying to stay ready whenever my name's called on. I know I've been playing the past month or so, but just coach told me to stay ready whenever my time will come, and just keep working and just keep hustling and just staying out of foul trouble. So that's what I tried to do today, just impact the game.
And we were talking about on the broadcast the energy that you brought and Vanderbilt brought to start the game, and then you had to carry that forward without him. How big was he, and then how were you guys able to keep that going even when he?
Vando, the heart and soul of this team. I mean, he does all the little scrappy things. He does all the hustle plays. So, I mean, it's hard. It was hard. Definitely second half. You saw him getting those few runs, but we just had to stay with our energy, stay with the consistency, and just keep going.
Your first game in this building as a Laker, I'm sure you just got the sense of kind of what it means to people, and even without LeBron AD, what sense did you get from that, from being a Laker and getting the W here?
Shoot, man. I mean, this is a childhood dream. Starting in the Lakers versus Celtics game, I mean, that's what you grow up watching. So, I mean, it was just fun for me.
Jaxson, we appreciate it, man. Enjoy it.
I appreciate y'all.
Well, Rui, we spoke before the game, and you had mentioned it's going to take the whole team. Nobody's going to be able to come in individually and, make up for LeBron and AD. And that's really what happened. So many guys playing well. How did you think it actually ended up getting done out there?
It's funny. You told me in the interview, I didn't know about it. So I've actually figured out in the interview, they're not going to play. So, but, I think tonight we really came out with a good energy from beginning. Offensively, defensively, we were locked in, we played together. And it was a great team win, It was a whole team. Everybody was together, and we got this dub, so it was a big one.
I guess you weren't on Twitter earlier today. Okay, that makes sense if you see that. Rui, to start the game, Jaxson Hayes, Vanderbilt, it really seemed like it just energy-wise, giving you guys a lift. What did you see from those two before you came in and then added to it?
Yeah, those two guys and Seawood, there were 3 guys, they came out with a good energy tonight, They protected the rim, the rebounds. They were just like, moving around, everywhere. So that actually helped us. And, if we play like that, play together, play harder, we got to keep doing that.
How about the shot making on the perimeter tonight? Many different individuals got hot. Austin kind of started from 3. What did you see on the perimeter shooting?
Yeah, we knew they were going to give up a lot of threes. So before the game, we watched the films and we said we gotta shoot the ball. With confidence. It's going to be free. That's what we said. We got to be prepared for it and ready to shoot. So yeah, it was what we talked about, and we did exactly. And nobody was scared. We were scared. We were ready to shoot all the big, the threes and everything. So yeah, it was a good game.
You were doing other things in the first 3 quarters, rebounds, defense, a couple steals, but in the fourth you got going scoring wise. I think you had 8 points in that stretch when Boston was trying to make a comeback. What was key in that fourth quarter?
During the game I talked to Phil, because I wasn't ready. I couldn't get in the rhythm. So during the timeout he came up and he's like, you trust me? I'm like, yeah. So, and he's like, you got to just shoot the ball. It's wide open. I couldn't really. I was trying to just get, score. So, I was just like really, I wasn't really think about it. But he just said, just shoot it. Then that's what happened. So those are credit. I give a credit to Phil for sure. Yeah. All right.
I studied that shit.
So D'Angelo, just starting the game. Obviously, there's no LeBron, no AD. How much did Vanderbilt and Jaxson, to an extent, just kind of ignite the energy and really the whole team? But what did you see in that front as you guys came out of the gates?
Huge. Vando got it going from the jump, and it just became contagious throughout our group. Like you said, Bron and AD weren't playing, so we knew guys had to step up. I just thought it was an all-around team win, team effort. I can go down the list and name everybody. Everybody pitched in.
You had 4 threes, so the shots just weren't falling in the paint. I'm sure you saw some contact on some of them, but you had 14 assists, so it's your high as a Laker. I think one short of your career high. What were you seeing from teammates? How about the flow and just the shots going down?
Yeah, guys were making shots, so I just try to get guys the ball. Find the high hand, AR had it going. So just trying to continue to utilize that. And then it takes the pressure off everybody else. If we continue to just feed that, just keeping everybody involved. I thought everybody was dangerous tonight, There was no everybody from Max Christie to Jaxson Hayes. C. Wood, he got 10 shot attempts. Like, he had the looks. Everybody was aggressive. It was a joy to watch.
Is there a lesson to be learned? And I mean, not saying like this never happens, but you go 5 for 20, but you're still affecting the game in various ways.
That's what I do.
Christian Wood, 1 for 9, was still, playing with effort.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that that's something that normally happens with you, normally happens with Christian, either way, but just in general for the team to say, hey, if you miss your shots, no one cares. Like, go play hard, and if we bring that kind of like mentality, it can help us down the stretch.
I think that's trust. That's trust. Once again, if you miss shots and then you just get subbed out, how you gonna feel about that? You're gonna feel some type of way. I think as a coaching staff around the league, around all professions, they're successful when they recognize their players are kind of getting lost in the sauce, and they find a way to give them some love or find a way to get them something easy. I think for Christian Woods, for example, he played a great game, just didn't make shots. For me, like, y'all know I can score, but I can pass too, and I love passing. So find a way to just impact winning. I think that's when you get that trust from your coach, it allows everybody 1 through 15 to go out there and impact winning. They don't care. They know turnover, miss 3 shots in a row, get blown on defense. You still have trust within the group. So, yeah.
D'Lo, this was Jackson's first double-double in 2 years.
Wow.
What did you see from him tonight? But then also like the last 3 nights since he's re-entered the rotation and started to play a little bit more, just the activity that he's had.
I mean, credit to him, man. Being a young player in the league and getting shipped around a little bit, shipped in and out of the rotation, and still continue to have a positive mentality throughout all of that. I've seen him, just kind of. He may feel it one day, but he finds a way to be professional and still keep his mind right. So when he came out tonight and played and seen AD wasn't playing, he's been ready. When he got the opportunity, he was ready for it because his mind was right. So huge. Defensively, I know he scored and did the double-doubles and all of that, but defensively, man, he dominated the game. And credit to him.
Looking ahead, how can you guys take the energy, the effort, the defensive focus you guys had tonight and get, infuse it, when LeBron and AD are back in the lineup?
Just keeping that confidence as a group. I think, throughout the game, there's going to be an opportunity to be aggressive. There's going to be an opportunity to pass to those guys, balancing out. Sometimes you may miss those guys for you to kind of be aggressive and get involved into the game. And everybody was involved tonight. Everybody was dangerous. And it just makes us that much harder to guard when everybody's like that.
Just to focus back on Vanderbilt, you brought him up after the home game a couple days ago. The energy, and Andy's adding some more scoring punch of late. We'll have to see what happens with the foot and everything. But like, how important is he? And did you get a chance to kind of talk to him after the game and after all that?
I mean, very important. I'm gonna give him his flowers any chance. If y'all ask me, or if y'all don't, what he does is so valuable to any team. So recognizing it, continuing to instill confidence in him behind the arc. Teams aren't really guarding him for real, so you're going to get the shots, and if you make them, you're that much more valuable. So I'm excited for what he's been working on, and he's continuing to showcase it as well.
More questions for D'Lo?
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Austin, if we could start with you. Darvin said that he had a chance to chat with you a little bit. I believe it was yesterday, but just coming into this game, mindset-wise, no LeBron, no AD, how did you guys pull together mentally and give that effort?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you don't have those two, it's going to have to be a team effort. You're going to have to come together collectively and just grind. And, we're all talented players. And this is an opportunity to show the world that, what you can do. This man sitting to my left was amazing tonight. And, he just now got back in the lineup. 2 games ago, he was getting DMPs. And tonight, he was one of the best players on the floor. So before the game, we come together and was like, look, the least we can do, we can go out there and, play as hard as we can and live with the results.
And Jaxson, Darvin was talking about how, with all those minutes played, you didn't commit a single foul. And, committing fouls had been an issue at times in limited minutes when you go out there. Where did you mentally just sort of stay in touch like that against a tough opponent like Boston?
For me, it was really just keeping my hands back, showing my hands, and I mean, we've been working on that. Me and coaches have. As funny as that sounds, in my individual workouts, we'll sit there with 3 coaches driving, and just me standing down there and going vertical and showing my hands, or them doing a bunch of pump fakes and just making sure I stay down and show my hands. So I mean, it was really just practicing that with the coaches the past month or so. So I mean, just that was like a big talking point for coach on why I was taken out of the rotation earlier in the year. So I just wanted to make sure I did a good job on it today.
Also, I have 2 for you. One on Jaxson. How was his energy infectious to the group?
I mean, I think if you know basketball and you watch basketball, you can tell. Just like he was talking about the way he was guarding the ball and not fouling. That's a tough task against a team like this, especially Tatum. He gets to the line very well. And, there was a couple times he had him in ISO situations, and Jax was able to, stay in front, show his hands, and get deflections and let us get out on get out in transition. So, and it's not just that; it's the rebounds, it's all the hustle plays that he makes that doesn't show up on the stat sheet.
And my second question: as a group, how do you bring whatever you guys did tonight, the camaraderie, the energy, the execution, and infuse it with LeBron and AD?
Yeah, I mean, I think. Remember Brian's quote the other night, go out and do your job. And I feel like that's just what we did tonight. It wasn't nothing special. It wasn't like we was out there running, a million sets, plays. We went out there and competed our ass off. We, gave it 110%. And on the defensive end, we competed. And we didn't foul much. And, just bringing them 2 back, you just continue to do the same thing. You don't have to do anything different. Just compete at a super high level.
Jaxson, for you guys aren't a team that practices a lot. Game minutes have been, sparse. How have you tried to stay ready? And I guess even in this stretch from the second half in Houston through today, do you feel more comfortable, more prepared these 3 games in a row with extended minutes?
Yeah, like I said earlier, just me and coaches, the other guys like Dylan Windler, Skylar Mays, Jalen Hood-Schifino, Max Lewis, those guys, we all play stay ready group, like 5-on-5, 4-on-4, running up and down. So we still get our conditioning in, and just coming in, getting like 2 workouts a day, coming back in at night, getting another workout in, getting a lift in every day, just making sure my body's physically ready for when I come back into rotation, and just mentally ready too, and just watching a whole lot of film and just seeing where I can impact the game. I felt like that month of me getting the DMPs just helped me a lot, because I was able to sit there and just watch and just see where I could feel like I could help out our team win some more games.
Jaxson, there was one time out where AD brought out the iPad and you guys were going over something, and then there was another timeout later where I think LeBron and AD were talking to a few guys about something looked like defensively. What type of impact did they have off the bench? Not obviously playing, but sort of they were jumping up when you guys were making plays, and like just them being vocal and kind of in your ear.
Those are 2 team captains, so they were just doing what they always do. You guys might not always see, even when they're playing, they'll still do that. They'll call us over, and if somebody messes up a play, they'll show us what we did and what we could do better, just so it doesn't happen again. And a few of the times, like the one where all of us came in, I think we were just discussing something on how we wanted to guard something, honestly, and that was them just kind of explaining it and walking it through for us so that we could just see it a little easier.
Do you remember exactly what specifically AD was going over with you when you brought the iPad?
I honestly think it was when I didn't communicate with you on that red, and I messed up on a red with. I messed up on a red with him. Yeah, I messed up on a red. I didn't call switch with Austin, and I gave Derek White a just straight layup to the hoop, and yeah, it was just a mental breakdown.
I didn't talk either, so it was 50-50.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Rui is going down.
Well, Darvin, no LeBron, no AD. Vanderbilt goes down at the end of the second quarter. Where did you think the resolve came from, and what was it about the collective energy tonight out there? Where did you think that came from?
I just think it came from the guys knowing that no one probably believed that we had a chance tonight. And I told them before the game, no one man has to step up and carry the big load that our two captains not being there presents. It has to be a team effort. Everybody just play for one another, play for one another. The only mistake you can make is not playing hard. We'll figure the rest out. And we did that, and it's a shame he went down, but shout out to Vando, set an unbelievable tone for the game. His scrappiness, guarding everybody, starting on Tatum, of course, rebounding, getting us extra possessions, steals, made some great passes, got a couple assists. So he was great along with everybody else. D-Lo, being the captain of the ship, the quarterback on the floor, AR just in constant attack mode, TP solid, Jaxson, Rui, Max, C. Wood, all these guys, man, they really stepped up and played for one another. It was a balanced effort.
You mentioned Vanderbilt, and to see him start the game like that and kind of ignite the energy. On the one hand, does it you look at him and think, oh wow, how about that in the starting lineup? And then at the same time, it goes down. Now you're not sure, what's going to happen medically. So
it's been the story of our season, Mike. The story of our season. Right when things, and obviously we're coming to a game where we don't have Bron and AD already, don't have Cam, don't have Gabe. So he said, you know what, we're just going to throw these 8 out here and fight the good fight. And he sets a tone like that, unbelievable tone, and then he's down. So just got to navigate through it all, man. Just got to navigate through it all. Hopefully, it's not serious, and he'll be able to get right back to it. But great win nonetheless. We needed one of these.
Darvin, was Jared, did he get x-rays? And you said.
Yeah, I'm not, I just saw him, but I don't have any information, any updates.
Is your hopefully he's not serious?
Yeah,
just a feeling, or
foot, so I'm
okay.
Yeah, I don't want to speculate until we get an official word.
Okay. We talked about guys getting into rhythm and stuff like that. This is 2 games in a row now for Austin where he's been really aggressive on offense. How can you take some of the things that you've liked, particularly tonight, and push it forwards with when you have LeBron and AD together to get this kind of efficiency and effort from the role guys, but to do it around those other 2?
You just watch it on film. It was great that those guys got to see it up close, see how hard their teammates fought for them, because it's all of us. It's like this guy played well, but the Lakers still did this, or the Lakers still lost. We're all involved in this. We all represent the franchise and represent it proudly with a lot of pride. So it was good to see, for them to see their guys stepping up and playing some good basketball. And it's like AR and I had a one-on-one conversation briefly yesterday when we got into town, and I just told him I thanked him and showed my appreciation verbally for him and what he's meant to our program, just his scrappiness, his willingness to lay it on the line. He's been nothing short of amazing since he's been in a Laker uniform, and specifically since I've been here as the head coach. He's laid it on the line every single time. You can trust him in big moments, and he's going to do his part. And his leadership is starting to come through as well. And one of the things he said is, to your point, was, when things are not going so great, we've already shown what we can do when we're right, when we play the right way, approach things the right way. So I don't know why we wouldn't just collectively revert back to that. And it's more of a mentality than anything. And I think tonight showed, especially losing Vando when we did, the ability to overcome adversity. Tonight was, whether you're talking about who's out of the lineup, those guys, the best team in the league, making a surge after we've gotten out on them by a big lead. That was the definition of next play mentality, and he exemplifies that, Austin Reaves.
Darvin, when I asked you about the run that D'Angelo was on, I think you used something along the term like he's been decisive and deliberate. How can you get not just him, like Austin, right on down the line, to play more like they did tonight while you have LeBron and AD? They're obviously, LeBron and AD do great things, what they bring to the table. They're both all-stars this year, but they're even better, one would argue, when their guys around them play, with more decisive and more maybe more deliberate.
I just think they can't be paralyzed mentally and thinking, they got to do things to get Bron and AD the ball, touches, going. Those two guys are great. They're all-stars for a reason. They've been, who they are throughout the course of both of their careers for a reason. But they're also two guys who want people around them to play the right way and make the right play when it's in front of them. And I just think when I use the words decisive and deliberate, when they're out there with Bron and AD, they need to be decisive and deliberate. If that means a kick out, catch and shoot shot, or a quick drive to the rim, not to drive and pick up the ball and start looking for Bron and AD, to be in attack mode constantly. And also, defensively, to be where they're supposed to be. And again, just maintaining that pace. We did a great job after Boston scored, getting layups on the other end because we continued on to the next play. But the decisiveness comes with them knowing that they're NBA players too, they're pros too, they have talents too, is a reason why they're also in Laker uniforms. So explore your talent. Obviously we want everyone to play the right way, but we also want them to be aggressive and explore their talent. That's going to lighten the load for Bron and AD and allow Bron and AD to have more versatility with scoring, rebounding, and passing as well, and not to feel like they got to take 20, 25 shots apiece.
Darvin, during one timeout, AD brought out the iPad and was showing Jaxson something on there. During another timeout, LeBron and AD went out into the paint with, I think it was Christian, Torian, and maybe Rui, and they were kind of talking through something. And then when you guys would hit a big shot or someone would make a big play, they were the first two guys up off the bench. Like, what did you see from them in terms of spirit and just the way that they were kind of galvanizing the group from the bench, even though they weren't on the court?
Being the captains that they are, being the cheerleaders that they are for their teammates, want to see them do well, being the coaches that they both are after logging so many minutes of regular season basketball, playoff basketball, finals basketball. And the players feel that. They feel that love, they feel that care factor. And, I'm one that encourages communication. We have to engage with one another. It can't be silence if there's any sign of adversity. It has to be communication and collaboration. And that's the only way we get through the tough parts of a season, of a game, what have you. But to see them doing that, I totally encouraged it. Continue to encourage it. If someone has a great idea, you see it with myself and Brian all the time. So, you got something? And he'll board and point the different areas, and I draw up something, and vice versa. So it has to be that between the players, the coaches, our whole program. That's the way we push forward, united as one.
What have you made of Jaxson these last couple of games, especially the steals and deflections he's gotten?
He's learning. And him getting these real game reps, it's been priceless. He had so many times where he showed his hands. I don't think he ended with any fouls, 0 fouls for him tonight. And, he had a tough cover with Porzingis. Times he switched on to Tatum. Tatum was working his way downhill. Jackson's moving his feet and just showing his hands. And early in the season, we've seen him come out with 3-4 fouls quick. So it just shows the growth that's in him and the reason why he's here. We feel like he's a good young prospect for us that has a tremendous upside. And the sky's the limit. He just has to keep working and keep focusing on the details.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Jaxson.